Media, the Dean of Students. Great job.
All right. Thank you for tapping in to The Eyes of the Conscious Soul with Sister B. Mello and my co host, Diego the Doc. We are so grateful to be in the studio on today in a brand new studio. My God, God is good. He's allowing us to continue to um, experience His best. And as we continue to move forward in our lives and the work that He has called to for us to do, we are excited. So we want to thank you for tuning in to Believe Radio, which is a 24-hour inspirational and gospel music station, amongst others. The Eyes of the Conscious Soul brings to you every first Saturday of the month from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. the Cafe Le Bleu Lounge, where there are 15 to 45-minute segments called The Corner. Each corner has a blueprint that is unique of its own. So we always ask you to vibe out to fireside chats and be inspired by affirmations and inspirational messages. One part of the corner could be the artist talk. We showcase musicians, poets, singers, dancers, film producers, authors, comedians, gospel and R&B rappers from around the Bay Area to across the globe. They share their creative and lived experience. The other part of the corner could be Why I Dream. We highlight and honor the inventions and creative work of the brilliant minds of today, along with geniuses from our past. We are preserving African American community history and our loved community. We are here to bring legacy, to share our legacy. That is what Why I Dream is about. She who believes takes off the mask. This is where you will hear from individuals sharing their personal testimonies to what the Lord has done and is doing in their lives, which are inspirational messages. Also, we highlight Golden Lights affirmations to impart healing medicine in the soul of the brilliant minds today. Every second Saturday of the month is the Medicine Hour with Mr. George Pearson. I am his co-host, but he's been holding it down. So I give all the credit to him on that day. This is where we believe building a better tomorrow starts with us. Topics we cover: health issues and concerns, healthy eating habits, education, financing, and politics in the African American community. We believe in taking care of our temple is important, and our mind and spirit is essential to having healthy mental wellness, eating habits, and knowing that healthy thinking leads to a healthy way of living. Every third Saturday is Education is the Best Medicine, hosted by the founder and producer, Mr. George Pearson. Education is the Best Medicine is a nonprofit 501c3 charitable organization, which is community based, health, educational advocacy based, and a resource based organization that uses public media resources, radio, newspapers, and church community based health fairs to provide information and education. We believe vision is the art of seeing things yet unseen and bringing light to a very dark world. Every fourth Saturday of the month from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m., we bring to you the Lights Out Straight Talk Youth and Young Adult Radio Show, hosted by Miss Barbara Howard, aka Sister B Mello, and my co-host, the Doc, Diego Rodriguez. That's who he is, aka the Doc. And what we have today is we have real talk conversations with individuals, organizations, community leaders, business owners from around the Bay Area to talk about what differences they are making in the community. Every On the fourth Saturday, which is today, day 2, is our Spanish station. So it could be either the Lights Out Straight Talk Youth and Young Adult Radio Show. And what is our Spanish station called?
Sembrando semillas de esperanza, mi raza.
All righty, you heard it here on Believe Radio. And every 5th Saturday of the month is called Voices That Care. And this is where we talk with individuals. We share information about reentry and mental wellness. We have to pay the bills. We got to do that first. So today's guest is Kayla Mathis. Woo, woo, woo. And she is from Urban Peace Movement. And we are so excited about having her on today. Today's theme is We Are the Chosen Ones for the Mission. Again, we are the chosen ones for the mission. And with that being said, what I would like to do is first ask you about your childhood. First of all, we got to give kudos to the family. There's no way we'll be on this radio and you not give kudos to the mentors, to the family, and to everybody that uplifted you in the shoulders that you're standing on. So we're going to let you share that, and then we'll go right on into this journey.
Yeah, so I'm originally from Southern California, Altadena, Pasadena to be exact. My family actually has been in that area since like 1968. So migrated from the South. So even though I'm a Cali girl, I have Southern roots.
Me too, Mom. I was born in Florida. So.
Yeah, so they always call me country girl because I don't know how. Sometimes the twang come out. I don't know where.
And it's good.
It's embedded. But yeah, I grew up there, but I also went to school in like it's known as the IE. It's just in the Empire. So like if you see Next Friday or Rancho Cucamonga, like that's the city.
Oh, right.
That I went to school in. But even just being there, I always like would see the stark difference in just how cities and government really invest in different communities. And you really see communities that are predominantly of color, or neighborhoods that are predominantly of color, or schools that are full of Black and brown students are underfunded. And then the other schools, you'll see the opposite, but you also see like kids like myself that saw both worlds, but you can see like there was a stark difference in how the kids were, and you like just being there, I always felt left out, you know? So I kind of had like the best of both worlds. Like, at home, my mom is very like, you know where you come from.
That's right.
And then at school, like I was always like defending, like, hey, I'm a Black woman first. Don't come.
That's right.
And so I've always just kind of really grew up, just really being really proud of where I come from and who I am, and just kind of at an early age having like an early understanding.
That's beautiful.
Like, there's a system in place. I didn't have the terminology at the time. But
that's right.
I always knew there was something in place that is harming my community and people that look like me the most. And I think after like coming towards at the end of high school, it was time for me to decide a school, and I was like, I want to go far, but not too far, so I can get home if I need to. And I remember seeing a movie called Panther, and it was about Black Panthers, and I was like, oh my gosh, this was right when I started picking up books and reading just different things, reading just different like learning about like W.B. Du Bois, learning about social justice.
That's
and
right.
I got to the point where I was learning about the Black Panther Party, and I was like, Oakland, that sounds cool. Like I want to go there. So I went to Cal State East Bay and started working with my organization. I've been there since I was like 21. I started off as an intern. And met my mentors, Nicole Lee, who's the executive director.
Before you go there,
we
still got to say hello to the family and give kudos to your parents, your grandma, your sister, your brother, whomever. We gonna get into it, but look, we gotta give family something love first.
The folks that we rise together.
Actually, that is very important. I do want to show like a lot of love to my home base, especially right now, because my family was heavily impacted by the LA fires.
Oh Lordy, send prayers
so,
and love.
Actually, I'm glad that you brought that up.
Yeah,
where I come from is especially now as of like
Mhm.
recent months, I'm really like really learning to appreciate it.
Yeah.
And really recognizing that a lot of people, one, didn't know what Altadena was, and like you just go around like thinking everybody. I mean, it's common
Yeah, yeah,
knowledge, but
yeah.
it's my common knowledge, not
Right.
everybody
That's right.
else's. So it's just like it does, even though it's a painful
Yeah.
experience, but it does feel good to see people actually acknowledging and
Yeah.
honoring like the families that live there, because folks
Mhm.
known each other like for generations.
Yeah. And that's important.
Yeah, and that's really important. Really, really important. Yeah. So
So do you have names of mom, dad, and grandma, and aunts, and uncles, and aunts?
yes.
You know, that way we could put the time mark.
Yes.
This is for you.
yes. Shout out to my mama,
That's
Kimberly
right.
White.
Hey.
And my grandmothers,
Yes.
their Verdis, she passed away. And my
Mhm.
grandmother, Martha, they really instilled a lot
Mhm.
in me, and just like taught me. I have a lot of women in my family
Yeah.
that really taught me like what it means to be a Black woman
Yeah.
in this world, and like how do you show up for like not only like your family but for your
Mhm.
community.
Mhm.
And they also like my grandmother, we have the same birthday, but she's
When's your birthday?
January 11th.
January. Okay, look, we got to get kudos because
Yeah.
grandma's up in this building.
Yes, yeah.
Look at here.
She was really big on like emotional intelligence.
Come,
Yeah,
let's
we
go.
can be
Dr.
down for a
C.
little bit.
Come on.
She was like, we can be down for a little bit, but like let's get it up, let's
Get
get
it.
to work. So she's
That's right.
always been like a no nonsense, like kind of person.
Yeah.
And I think I get a lot of that from her. Like
That's
my
right.
family, they're like, you're like the and when I was a kid, I was like very meek and quiet and just
Yeah.
observant. But now as an adult, like folks are understanding, like, oh, she was just trying to see where she fit in and like, okay, see how she could show up. But
You
I
got that grandma.
There
yes,
you go.
yes,
You know?
I am literally my grandmother just in today's form. So yeah, I pay a lot of respect and honor to her. And yeah.
Any siblings and cousins? And
Yes.
yeah, we got to get them all up in there
Yes, I have,
before we get going.
I have a total of 3. Wait, hold on.
Okay,
4
that's
brothers and 2 sisters.
Okay, say their names now.
My oldest brother, Deshae, he just recently had a birthday. He's
Woo-hoo!
in
Happy
Maryland.
birthday.
Yes. And my other brother, Ryan, his birthday was on the 21st.
Oh wow,
So
birthday
I'm
month.
surrounded by May.
Okay.
babies. And then my little sister, my
Sade.
sister, Cherise, and Devon, my brother, Devon, and my little brother, Ryan. We're all kind of all over the place. So I have, family. My older sister's in Vegas, my younger sister's in Southern California, one of my brothers in Houston, another brother in DC,
Right.
another brother in Santa Barbara, and another brother in Kansas. So we all over the place.
That's right.
But yeah,
Right. Seeds everywhere.
Yes.
Grandma say, look,
yeah, we're
here,
gonna
get
spread it around.
Spread it
yeah.
around.
But we're really like when we come together, it's like
That's
we're
right.
really close, so,
That's
yeah,
right.
I love them.
That's beautiful. But, like I said, before we do anything, we're going to always honor the people and the shoulders that we stand on and our mentors, because if it was not for them, we would not be here today. And I don't take that lightly.
Yeah.
And D, he know,
Yeah.
you know,
business. No joke.
because this is a part of my calling, is that I tell people all the time, good, bad, ugly, challenging,
Right.
your story counts.
Right.
Everybody counts.
Right.
Because it's a part of the journey.
Yeah.
So we just can't say, say all the pretty things.
Right.
It's like, no, people know my story,
Right.
and I have no problem with telling it,
Right.
because it's not mine anymore.
Yeah.
It's to make sure that I get people, and this is why we do this show.
Yeah.
This is why the Eyes of the Conscious Soul
Yeah.
came into fruition. God said, you do this. He gave the name. It's like this is what it's about.
Right.
And our platform is you all's platform, because we're not greedy. We're just stewards.
Yeah.
We're just over the, God give you thought and vision.
Yeah.
And y'all know that. Y'all know about
Work.
about that. So
Yeah.
it's just like people, just to stay grounded,
Yeah.
is important. And that's a part of sharing about the family, is to
Yeah.
stay grounded, because man, it's crazy, because yesterday, this whole month, I've been in this, like, I'm so freaking grateful,
Yes.
because I know what I've been through,
Mhm.
and I'm looking back. It's like, oh my God, if it wasn't for God, I would not be sitting here.
Mhm.
And I'll just say this part: I was almost mistaken for a mistaken identity and going to jail for life. So I don't take it lightly
Right.
on every day that I'm moving in this earth,
Yeah.
because it was almost taken from me, and me losing my life, all kinds of stuff. So-
happy that you're here with
Yes.
us.
Woo,
yes,
child, let me tell you.
Lord, yes.
So just to say, on Believe Radio.
Yes, believe.
So we were able to believe in the work that God has called for us to do. And that's one of the reasons why we have you here in the studio too, because we have some, we're going to get to that journey part, but we wanted to take folks through the actual
Yeah,
journey.
the
And that's why it's called Lights Out Straight Talk Youth and Young Adult Radio Show.
Yes.
We're about talking real talk about
Yes.
it.
Okay.
People like to hide. No. We like the truth. The
Yes.
truth will set us free.
I
Okay.
love that.
And just to clarify a little
Yeah.
bit, if it's all right. I mean, we've been talking for a bit of a while now.
Yeah.
We've been talking for
Yeah,
a
we
bit
have.
of a while now. So,
Yeah.
that's how explains the white hairs and all that. But the youth led for sure.
Hey, for sure.
Yes.
That's it. So we went through giving kudos to the family.
Yeah.
So growing up, I heard you say, I want to give kudos to grandma. You having grandma's spirit. So that to me led you and landed you where you are now and the things that you've been doing. So with what agency, where were you before and how did you get to what you're doing now?
Yeah.
Even navigating through school. And what did you
Yeah.
take in school?
So I actually took communication.
Oh,
Like,
and look at
also
there.
Yeah. In my life, I did not go that route.
No, it was a form though.
But yes,
Well,
but it was a
you-
reason.
yeah.
There's a reason. There's a reason for everything. A reason
Yes.
for everything. Everything has purpose. But I initially, what even kind of got me into like my starting to think like there's more to what's happening in this world is just like really seeing through the lens of like one of my older brothers' experiences. So like at a young age, like he experienced like incarceration and just like having just troubles and just like going back and forth to like juvenile hall in Southern California and just like seeing firsthand like what my mom was going through. 'Cause at the time my parents were having my parents are divorced and they're having a really intense like custody battle. So
Yeah.
be like my mom going to court for me and then
Yeah.
the next day she had to go to court for my brother.
Yeah.
And then like also there would be moments as a kid where like they wouldn't tell me
Yeah.
things, but it's like I know something going on. Like
I can feel it.
I'm nosy, I know, but
That's right.
but I've just always just kind of like was interested in that and just seeing how isolating the system can be
Yeah.
especially for families that haven't gone through it or families that don't think that it can happen to them and incarceration is a thing that you don't think about it until you have to think about it or
That's
you
right.
don't think it can happen to you until it happens to you. And like you mentioned, it could be so easy. Like it could be an accident or just a mistake. Like, like a simple one thing can like alter not only that one person's life, the entire family. So it's really just learning about that cycle of violence when it comes to like mass incarceration. That kind of like drove me and like from a young age. My grandmother passed when I was 21, but she got sick really bad when I was like 13.
Yeah.
But my grandmother's always, and my mom too, but we always have like just real conversation. Of course, it's like
straight talk.
Yeah, straight talk. Yeah. And of course it was like age appropriate.
Yeah.
But it was still kind of like she never talked to me like I was 12 or 13. Like she talked to me like,
He honored you.
Yeah,
with respect.
yeah. It was like with respect and with like honor and like
And you were going to have to face the real world.
Yeah.
And that's didn't mean to stop you, but that's the thing. A community is what we're trying to say. Your kids know more than you think they know. So you being able to have those type of real conversations with them, let them know the bill is due. Let them know these. That way they know that they need to show up. We all are in this together. My kids knew everything.
Yeah.
Look, the bills is due. And I would tell my kids that I'm going to work and your work is school.
Right.
Your job. Your job was school.
Yeah.
Mama's job, was working.
Bro.
Yeah.
So you had a responsibility just as well as mom did.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
Yeah, no, I think I'm glad that you brought that up too, because even like I appreciate my mom so much because she was so honest. But
Yes.
I never felt like it was on. Sometimes,
Mhm.
and especially I work with young kids, and they
Mhm.
see their parents going through
There
stuff,
we go.
and like they take it on. Like I
There we
gotta
go.
save my
Yeah.
my family, and sometimes it might be like a real like need that maybe a parent may have asked, like I need you to step it up, or sometimes parents are just trying to. You
Yeah.
don't worry about it. Your job is school.
Right,
Like, that's
right.
the only thing I want you to do.
Right.
So it's like I definitely understand that lens, and I think it taught me to appreciate
Mhm.
like what I have, and just like I just turned 30 in January. So
Woo,
just kinda
look,
like,
girl, you look like you're
Welcome to the
25.
club.
You look like you're 25 years old.
but it taught me like the adversity that
Yeah.
my 20s brought me through. And even like
Mhm.
this year, I would say this is like a hard year. But I'm like, I feel like I'm handling it with
Yes.
as much grace as I possibly can.
Mhm.
And I think it's because I had those real conversations
Yeah.
where like there's gonna be a storm, but trouble this will pass.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And that was embedded for you to believe that.
yeah.
For you to
Yeah.
believe it was in your psyche.
Yeah.
And that's what we're saying too, is like giving the kids the tools and being honest with them that they're going to need, because you got to place it in their psyche. That way, when
Yeah.
things come, then they can start navigating. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, that's
This
what
is
they
why
meant.
they said this.
Yes.
Okay, that's this clicking.
It make the connections.
I can't even remember what happened, but this was like a week or two ago. Something happened
Yeah.
where I had to call my mom, and she said something when I was a kid,
Mhm.
and I was like, you was right.
Yeah.
Remember what you told me when I was like 15? And she's like, I don't remember, but I'm quite sure I was right.
Yeah.
Like the dots come together later. It
Mhm.
sounds crazy in the moment.
Yeah,
It don't make sense when they tell you in the moment.
That's
but
right.
Like when you need it, it's like, oh, that's why. Okay. That makes sense.
and back to, before you go there, Doc, is that community. The theme for today is that we are chosen. We are chosen. We are the chosen ones for the mission. I just got choked up, but I'm gonna let that go. But we are the chosen ones for the mission, and to be able to own that, it comes with a lot. But if you were giving it to do, that's why we're here today. So just believe that, and just know that. Believe that. Your own Believe Radio. Believe that, community. You're listening to Believe Radio. Is that all things work together for good for them who love the Lord, to call according to his purpose. I truly believe that. We're going to continue to always stand on that, and the wisdom of our ancestors. We got to stand on that. But again, today we are the chosen ones for the mission, and you're going to understand it by and by as we get continue with this conversation. And Doc, go ahead. You were going to say something.
I was just really appreciating the full share and listening. It's great to see the reflection. We were sharing about, you could feel that grandma fire, but then you were sharing a little bit about your mother, and just seeing of how seeing that, the mirroring, and then welcome to the club, the 30s, and being able to apply those lessons, right? Because you saw it, right?
That's good.
You heard it, and you were supported in that process. I think it's really beautiful when we do have those conversations, because it's kind of, I always throw out a story of like, I don't know, this is for a lot of folks, but one time I remember being asked to support when fixing a truck or a car.
Right.
Like, come here, hey, hold the flashlight. You know what I mean? So I'm like, got you. And we're like, all right, we're in there. And then, but if the communication isn't there, the expectation is, I have you here because I'm actually wanting you to learn this,
That's
but
good.
But when they say, so I taught you, what did you learn? How to hold the light, you know what I mean?
One job, I'm doing that.
Yeah, but
and you are the light.
Story.
Yes.
And it's called the Lights Out. Straight talk. You think y'all get that? So we got that synergy. We got that. There we go. All up in here. So through your college days, shares a little bit about the college with the communications and what you're. This is what I always know, is that even though we did not, we experienced and we learned that part of our journey, it still was to tie us into the other stuff. And I'm saying that because I went to Barbizon. I was wanted to be a model, but it helped me with being able to be on the radio. It helped me with talking in front of people. So all of that training gave me, it's like I didn't use it for say for that, but it was for the other areas of my life. And I'm like, oh, go ahead.
Yes. Yeah, so I did go to Cal State East Bay, go Pioneers. So I my route was communication, but I started taking, so I don't know if they still do this now, but my freshman year they used to have like, I guess to kind of help transition freshmen into college, they would have like you in like clusters, like a learning cluster. So you would have like set classes and you'll have classes with the same people. So it kind of helps you transition a little. Well, for me, it helped me like not being so nervous.
Yeah.
You got this class with me in this class, and I got somebody to study with for 7 different classes, or not 7, but like 3 or 4 different classes. Yeah. But you get to choose the cluster. Oh. And so for communication, I don't think there was anything specific for that. So you kind of just had to pick whatever. So I picked a cluster called View and Diversity. And
say that again.
It was a cluster called View and Diversity.
View and Diversity.
At the time, it's all ethnic study courses. And so I took like that route and just was like, oh wow, this is eye-opening, all making sense. Because in high school, like I just did what I had to do to just get my mom off my back and like, let me give you this B and A, so I don't have to hear a lecture about no C. Yes, I don't want to be the, do we need to get a tutor? I don't know. I don't want no tutor. I just want to get on by. So like, it was the only classes that interest me was like history classes, especially when we talked about Africa and when we started talking about us, like and talking about like Latin America and just the origins of like just indigenous cultures and stuff like that. Like that is what fascinated me. And so I took a class. I don't know if he's still there, but his name is Dr. Bayham, and he taught like everybody. Hey
Doc, we appreciate you. It's the other Doc, but now we got our Doc, and it's another Doc.
But he like taught us a lot. Like I remember one class we came in and he was playing Parliament, and he was just kind of talking about Afrofuturism, and like it was a small little introduction, but just being like, I grew up listening to this music, I know this stuff, and like seeing it being played in class and like tying it together, I just always thought that was cool. And so like I just like was zeroed in on those. The communication classes were cool. I learned a little bit, but I really like learned a lot in my ethnic studies classes. And I also like being in the Bay. I got a job like working at a restaurant in Dublin, and it was good because it was good money, but it wasn't what I came out here for. Like I'm like I came to the Bay not only for school, like
the mission,
something more than the mission. And I had a friend that I knew, and I think I was in like my sophomore year of college, and I was just telling them like, oh, I came out here because I wanted to make a change. I wanted to like do something in the community, and he's like,
purpose.
Oh, something. And I was like, being in Dublin, like I'm not seeing my people, like I go from, I'm in Hayward at school, then I take BART or drive to Dublin, and it's just like those two worlds are very different from what I thought the Bay was. So they were like, oh, I'm a part of this group. We meet every Wednesday. We talk about social justice issues. Like it's right up your alley. You should join. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I go and I walk into the space, and it's like cool. It's a youth center. They had like a studio. They had like a dance little studio, and so I'm like, this is cool. Like where the heck was this when I was in school? And I walk into the room there. It's like they're in circle. And it's all men, and I was like, wait, this is not what is happening? Why am I the only girl? I was confused, but they were talking about real stuff, like they were talking about what was happening. I can't remember the topic at hand, but I was just being like, I was inspired by it, and just also seeing like men just share their experiences was like, it was a great opportunity, but also I felt like I was like, why am I here? Because where the sisters at?
You're right where you need to be.
And towards the middle, the facilitator, his name is Adimu. He's so funny. He goes, hey sister, like I'm glad you're here, but this is a men's circle, but we do have a sister. And I was so embarrassed. I was like, oh my gosh. And so I was so mad at my friend, like, why didn't you tell me? But Adimu was
felt the vibe.
Yeah. But Adimu was facilitating, and also Dr. Prince White, who became a mentor to many, was also there.
That's my dude.
And he was a communication major as well, and like went to school. He went to Howard. And I think I don't want to get it wrong, for sure Howard. But he was a communication major, and I was like telling him like that's what I study, and he was just talking to me for like on the phone for like 30 minutes about just where I can take it in different avenues.
But look how where you thought you were not supposed to be, like you said, it ended up having you there to meet him.
Yes.
See, that's how we're community, family. What we're saying to you that it, like we just said earlier, everything happens for a reason. You have to figure out, even if you don't know, just keep it in your head that you met the people or the person for a reason. You were in this space for a reason. You don't know maybe at the moment why, but it was for a reason.
It was for a reason.
Yeah. You know, oh, man, so you're so good. I'm on with the headphones. No, that's so, you make such a great point in your share and your journey, seeing how those influence, you know,
come on,
grandma's fire, mom's nurturing energy. We're always talking about the seeds, and there's a lot of research out there now. Everybody got a handbook on stuff, but the idea of like you had seeds planted, right? You begin to develop your own roots, the things you desire, all things that are in your heart. And for anybody in the work and everybody that's out in the community, we also need those other folks who have had that seed, have had those roots, and now they're more blooming, they're sprouting. So it's important to always reach back. So it sounds like you were finding your folks.
Yeah, that's good.
Definitely. I was finding my folks and finding my chosen family for sure. And I've been with DPM ever since. Like I had asked,
and that is now say the name of the organization. That's why we journey that way, you guys. It was for a reason. Just ride with us. Just keep riding with us.
So I just asked him for an internship, and I started working with an organization called Urban Peace Movement.
Say that again.
Urban Peace Movement.
Urban Peace Movement up in the house.
Yes. And they've
Oakland, California now, y'all.
In Oakland, yes. And they've been around since 2009. And initially, the mission was they started with the campaign Silence the Violence. Like homicide rates are really high. Then they started working with young students that have been heavily impacted, but also like encouraging them and training them on like public speaking, sharing their stories, and advocating for change. And I think when it started with Silence the Violence, and you start to realize like there's a deeper connection to it. There's mass incarceration, there's poverty, there's a lack of jobs. Like there's so many areas that they all are connected. And like when it's like a domino effect, when one is out of whack, everything is out of whack. So I think
that's what we're teaching in the Freedom School.
And
at Homies Empowerment Freedom School. This is exactly what we're teaching our youth. And I was sharing with one of our young Cesar. That boy is so intelligent. He's intelligent, I tell you. And I was sharing with him because something he was saying, you'd be like, dude, come on, man, step up into your day. But he does. And I was sharing with him. I said, now, do you know the same information that you're sharing with me? You can go in front of city council and you can share your. He's like, no way, Ms. B. I say, yes way. And I said, we're going to show you how, and see the connection with this, being able to bring him in the presence and being connected with other organizations that's doing exactly what we were saying you can do. He's like, I didn't know that's what the city council is there for, son. Use your voice. Use your voice. And we gon'
I was gonna say not just that, but use your voice. And if you're gonna complain, you're gonna rebel against something,
we have some solutions.
And we got a whole couple of things you could go all that, do it in a good way.
But solutions. Come on. Tell them what you want, because the movement, as we said, the mission in the movement, people are not really understanding that all the movement started with young people. And we've now choked our young people. Society has choked them to make them think that they are not the one. It's like, yes, no, you're the ones. You're the ones. You're chosen for this mission. And to get that back embedded in their psyche and in them is that, yes, at your age, I say, if you look back at all the organizations, it started with them being like young.
18, 19.
Come on. So, again, You have tapped into Believe Radio, which is a 24-hour inspirational and gospel music station. The Eyes of the Conscience Soul brings to you every first Saturday of the month the Cafe Le Bleu, blah, blah, blah. The Cafe Le Bleu Lounge, where there could be the artist talk, Why I Dream, She Who Believes Takes Off the Mask. Every second Saturday of the month is the Medicine Hour with Mr. George Pearson. Education is the best medicine. It's the third Saturday of the month. The fourth Saturday of the month is the Lights Out Straight Talk Youth and Young Adult Radio Show with my co-host, the Doc Diego Rodriguez. And then every fifth Saturday of the month is the Voices That Care, and we highlight reentry and mental wellness. Today, you have tapped into the Eyes of the Conscious Soul, and our theme for today that we are the chosen ones for the mission. As you hear my sister share her story, it's about understanding that every part of our lives and facet of our lives are important. So now, as we transition to the things that she's saying about her mentor, say a little bit more about Dr. White, because that dude, I'm telling you, once we connected, I used to work at the Urban Services YMCA, and I was in his company, like, seeing him out. And then at the West Oakland Youth Center, I end up connecting with him. And he with our Juneteenth, and they reached out to me and said, hey, we want to be a part of your Juneteenth. And I was like, hey, yes, please do. We need you there. And we end up giving him a community award, the Dr. Hugh Newton Legacy Award. So, just like I was saying, just being in the right places at the right time, and then somebody else seeing things that is important. It's like, hey, can we be a part of that? It's like, yes, sir, please. I've been looking for you. Mm-hmm. So to have me not knowing that was your mentor, and I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I have his number, his old number still in my phone, even though he's not here on this earth with us, but his spirit is still here. And I have his old number with his name still in my phone. Yes. I still honor him and being around people that understand the movement and understand what's going on, understand our fight, understanding what we got to go through. And it's like, sometimes I just have to go back and look at the number and say, and let him speak to me. In spirit, it's like, girl, you better, like you just said, your grandma said, girl, okay, we done been through that. Now let's go. Yeah. So there's numbers in my phone that I go to, and I'm like, oh, I need y'all. Y'all need to speak to me. And they do. Yeah. So, but with that, go ahead.
Yeah. Dr. Prince White, I met him in 2016. And unfortunately he passed away in 2018. But like those 2 years, like I learned so much from him, like a lifetime of like lessons just from those 2 years. And he was so caring about his community. Like he's from like Sacramento area. He even like was directly impacted, and I know for sure systems impacted growing up, and like he dropped out of like high school. But still went back, got his GED, got his like master's and doctorates, like his doctorate,
he got it,
like and
without a high school diploma.
Yes, and just seeing like how much he fights for young people in general, like especially like young Black men, but he fought for all young people. And I remember when I first started like interning, I was working my restaurant job, and I had quit when they offered me like, okay, now it's a little position, so I had quit. But living in the Bay, you can't just
okay. You
need about 4 or 5 jobs.
Lord have mercy. Am I learning?
Those are some of the life lessons we pick up on.
Yeah, so I'm like, I got 12. I'm tired of this restaurant. I'm gonna quit. I'm working for the community, and and so when I went back to get my job, I had told him, he was like, dang, what I gotta, he like sat me down like, okay, how much is this? How much do we need to pay you for you to quit that job so you can focus on school? Like he was one of those, like he was definitely one of those, and like he was just like so caring, and like any of our young people, like if you had any kind of situation, like he dropped everything and helped you. He was a mechanic. He, like, I had issue with my car. That flashlight. He would, if I had an issue with my car, he would tell me what to do, where to get it at. Like, that's hey, right. Let me know. I could fix it for you. Like, and that was something.
And that's community. That's our village.
Yeah, and that's our village. Yeah, and it came at a right time because. I'm out here by myself.
Yeah.
You know? So it's like, wow, like I have like my
family, extended family,
and he was just like a real
solid dude.
Yeah,
and, like, he was a solid dude.
When he came into a room, like he just demanded he just
present,
just like there. Like we did one of the first campaigns, meetings I did when I interned with Urban Peace Movement was we worked on a campaign called 1,400 Jobs for formerly incarcerated, Jobs for Freedom. Sorry, 1,400 for Freedom. It's been a while.
That's okay.
But it was basically after Proposition 47 passed in like 2012. It led to a lot of folks being released because from prisons because it was overpopulated. So people that did policy work, they did the math and saw like, okay, that's like 1,400 beds in Santa Rita that is now empty. Right. So
and they're gonna try to fill them again.
Right. So we're like, why don't, and we see the connection of like when there's no jobs, that's when you uptick in mass incarceration. So how about we get the county to have quality jobs for formerly incarcerated? So that was like, I think my very first meeting off the bat was like,
look, you get in there.
Yeah, right now. Like he will throw you into 6 feet deep. Like he didn't care.
Sproutlings are
I was in a meeting with Keith Carson, Supervisor Keith Carson's staff. That was my very first like introduction to anything, and I was like lost, but like, wait, what?
Yeah,
and like not even really understanding board of supervisors and like just like how local government works. And like he taught me real life lessons without lecturing me. He threw me in there.
Watch yourself now. Come on.
So I really appreciated that because I'm a visual learner. Like I have to like do it before it really makes sense. I'm visual. And so like we did that. And we also had like a town hall.
Yes.
And it was like we were planning it, and for some reason, like when I first started, everybody was like, "Hey, we can do it," and I'm like. I guess, yes, and I was like young, just like, okay, well, I'll do it, shoot. And so I had to speak at this town hall, so it was funny because like I invited my mom to like come.
See, that communication's helped out.
Yes,
that
so
communication,
and so like you see her music, but I spoke there and. It was for our campaign, so we had all the board of supervisors there. We even had like the DA there. At the time it was DA Nancy O'Malley. And Prince was in a whole nother room. Like it was at the, I'll never forget it. It was at the Wade Church. Prince was in a whole nother room, and I forgot what the DA said, but she said something that was kind of like didn't answer the question that we had. So
right.
He came out of nowhere like a lion. Just
that's Dr. C.
Yes,
that's Dr. Cesar Cruz.
Just like came and like went to bat with statistics about like, how our Black men are treated in society, specifically in the county, and like why we don't have policies that reflect and that support our young folks, specifically young black men. So he was just like he went in, and then he dropped the mic and went back to whatever he was doing. And I promise
but that's how we have to do.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So he was just so like he's so passionate about it. And so like just seeing and learning from him, it was just like it was something I really appreciated. And like when he another funny story is we did another campaign for a young man that was they were trying to charge him as an adult. In 2013, and he was sitting in Santa Rita jail for 4 years awaiting
Jesus.
trial. And so he was 17 at the time of the offense, and I when Prop 57 passed, which actually ended the right for the district attorney's office to directly file youth into the adult courts. It made it now where the judge has to kind of give the discretion of where this young person goes. So when that right was taken away, a lot of folks that were like charged as adults, as minors, some of their cases got relooked at. And so since he was still in Santa Rita jail, we were like, he hasn't even been convicted yet. He's
Good
been here for
Lord.
4 years. He's
Just
done
sitting.
beyond his time, you know.
That
4
should have been
years.
it right there.
Yeah.
4 years.
They
Look,
should go home.
time served.
Yeah.
Y'all know how long 4 years could
Yeah.
feel.
Okay.
Yeah. 4 years. 4
I
years.
couldn't. Oh no.
Yeah.
Lord
So,
knows.
Yeah, and even like I had to think because the boy was
Mental.
my
With the
age.
mental is working on
Yeah.
his mental too.
Mental. So and like he was a young father, and it was like it was a lot, you know. And so we actually campaigned, got his attorney, which was also his Prince wife's wife.
Yeah.
And so she
Kudos to you,
yes,
Mrs.
Claire White. And she she fought for him, and we had like community there. We had, and at first when he told the story, like, okay, we're gonna get this guy home, we're gonna get this kid home. I'm like, how? But okay, I'm gonna rock with you. Like, I'm not gonna challenge you. I'm just gonna where I gotta go, where I gotta be. And so we were like petitioning. We were out there collecting signatures at the lake, going to like different events. And then we would hold rallies. Once he finally got a court date, we held rallies, and we also collected letters from like, different stakeholders in the community, and like hand delivered like 60 letters to the district attorney's office. And he was later released.
Praise God.
And like after and right before one of his court hearings, we had to speak at churches about this young person. And Prince had me just go like, okay, I'm just gonna have you come, so like just sit, hand out the flyers, collect signatures. So he was like, we got 2 churches. So I guess he forgot that there was 2 different churches we had to be at, but they had 3 different services. So one service was at the same time as the other church.
Oh Lord.
And so he's like, I gotta go to the other church.
Y'all gotta go over here.
Yeah. And it was like the second service, and it was like, I'm like, this is where it's more people. No.
Wow.
What do you mean? But like,
you were at where you needed it to
I was
be.
at where I needed to be. So I was like freaking out because I had like 2 minutes to prepare what I had to say to this church. But like, I'm glad that it happened. Like, all of the lessons he taught me was like, it was hard. I didn't think I can do it, but I did it. And just seeing the sacrifice that he put for like not only his family but just like community as a whole, the young men that we worked with, he put a lot of time and a lot of effort in every young person that he's impacted. And I think that really taught me a lot of like how I want to be for community, how I want to show up for young people. That's right. And so
so now thank you for that we had to lay foundation. So now the project that we want to invite people out to is this Thursday, and now share about that.
Yes.
And what's the call for that?
Yeah. So our young people really wanted to work and fight around the policy that our Alameda County Juvenile Hall has around the use of pepper spray and on young folks in the juvenile hall. So currently there's not a official like policy that bans this use. And so Alameda County is like one of 3 other counties that have not like officially implemented a ban on the use of pepper spray.
Oh,
so
wow.
I know like San Francisco County, Santa Clara County.
So we behind.
We behind.
We behind.
Yeah, and so they banned it.
We are behind.
Yeah, but we're with like I don't think Contra Costa had banned it. And which you know.
Yeah.
And for sure, I think Sonoma County hasn't banned it as well, but for sure Alameda County is on the list that hasn't banned it yet. And so in 2022, 2023, Urban Peace Movement was a part of a coalition that called for like a ban of the use of chemical spray and other prone restraints on young youth in juvenile hall. And at the time in 2023, like the Board of Supervisors like agreed to like, let's look at this and let's see how we can implement something.
That's right.
But nothing has really come about. And so we're really trying to get community to really understand that this is our issue. Like, this is a people issue. It's our kids, and we need to do something about this. So we really want to just spread awareness and just talk about the importance of like actually implementing a policy that is restorative versus more so punitive.
So how could they connect with you to be a part of we definitely want them to be at the meeting on Thursday, the town hall. and then how could they connect with moving forward with
Yes.
policy writing and,
Yes.
and supporting and all that kind of stuff.
So you can always follow us on Urban Peace 510. We'll always be able to share on Instagram. We'll always be able to share like next steps and what we got working on. One thing that for folks that really want to like plug in and make sure their voices are heard is it's important for folks to understand that there's a lot of meetings that stakeholders have that are open to public, that folks can actually submit public comment. Even though it's a hassle, I know it'd be hard for folks, but like it's important to make sure your voices are heard.
That's right.
There's like commission meetings, there's like different like committees even within juvenile hall where they meet to talk about like what's happening in the juvenile halls and like next plans and make suggestions. So and that's also open to public. So just making sure that your voices and your story is heard is really, really important. Stay plugged in with us.
And then the location for Thursday?
Yes, this Thursday from 5 to 7 at 1721 Broadway at Oakstop. We will be there. Our youth, I'm so proud of them. I'm so excited for them. They were like, we want to work on this. Like, what happened? They said that they were going to look into it. We never really got like a formal update for like what's going on. So they actually conducted a survey, which folks can still take. They did a survey for like the last 5 or 6 months and also conducted a couple of listening sessions. And
all righty now.
Putting in the work.
What's the date? It is
May 29th. This Thursday from 5 to 7.
5 to 7. And the location again?
Oakstop, 1721 Broadway.
Have any questions?
No, one of the thank you for all the shares.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about a couple of things. One, I really appreciate how you're honoring what I'm calling the mother trees in your life. There's always
come on, Doc. Let's go.
At the time, and now it supports all the little trees around. And the question at the end, because we always wrap up, would be just that way you can start thinking about it once we get there. Who are those mother trees in your life that are supporting and sustaining and guiding you with us or ancestors? And then we'll go there. But yeah, just wanted to share. Really appreciate. Earlier, you were talking about how you got put in the room and you had 2 minutes, right? And you were kind of sharing the feel. So and I think about folks of like, hey, I might have not heard about this, or I might not be informed. But yeah, you tell me kids are getting pepper sprayed, and they could get sick with that, and the harmful effects that it has, and there are our kids. I want to show up. What advice would you give me if I'm not a public speaker yet? I'm one in development. What are some things of an example that I could say when I come to the mic?
I think one of the most important things for folks to remember is that you are an expert in your story.
Say that again, please.
You are the expert of your own story. And I think that's one very important. A lot of times we think, oh, I don't have a credential or this like title behind. I can't speak on it. But if you are a member of this community, a constituent, you vote and you do all that other stuff, you better use your voice. You pay taxes, you better use your voice because your money's going to something you don't want if you're not keeping up to what's happening. And like we're literally we're seeing it real time. What happens when we don't hold our end of the bargain? Our rights get taken away like it's nothing. So it's important for us to make sure we get out there.
And people forget your city council people and your whomever that's running the local, they work for you. You don't work for them. They work for you. And this is what I was telling my youth, and when I was in the different schools, is that you have a right. You have a voice. You can go up there and you can create solutions. But remember, and you need to sometimes make them remember, you work for the public. You don't work for yourselves and for other people. None of them. You work for us. And when they get that, because some have forgotten, that we put you in this space for you to work for the people, not for you to work for the developers, like you just said, not for you to work for yourself personally, not for you to work for whatever else. You'll work for the public and never forget it.
Yes, yeah. And I think too, it's something special about, like, especially when we like turn youth out to city council meetings. Because like our kids, like, if it don't make sense to them, they gonna call you on it. They will let you know. Especially kids from Oakland, they don't do fugazi. They say that again. They don't. Kids from Oakland do not do fugazi. They know what is fake at the door.
Yep, so and they know fake people too.
Yes, don't try them. They know what it is, so just stop.
They know what it is. Yeah, this is Straight Talk Youth, the Young Adult Radio Show.
So when things aren't making sense to them, they're
challenge it.
Why are they going this route when it's simple to go this route? Like, they, and so
that's the beauty.
So
that's the beauty.
But when they like turn out and actually use their voice, and then they see, like, after like an hour, 3 hours, when they do that deliberately, but when they stick it out and see, like, what we was fighting for, that resolution got passed, or that resolution we didn't want got banned. Oh, this actually works. Like,
we got the stuff we wanted.
Yes. So I think the more you actually see when I use my voice, and we get a win is a win. And
come on.
It motivates folks to continue the fight. And so
that's why it's important that we that's part of I've been called the connector, so I do know that's a part of my role in community, because that's what my daddy taught me. Our family business taught us is that my father, even though we had the bakery and the business in the Bayview district in San Francisco, my father said, you work for your community. You need to do whatever you need to do. You got your little corner of the world. And that's why I tell people there's a lot out here to work and do. We ain't got to be jealous of each other.
Right.
And then be in competition. Right. There's so much out here for us to do. I stay in my lane over here. Don't be mad at me what I'm doing. You just do your part. Right. You stand in your lane. Right. Just do. And I try to get people to understand that it's no competition. It's
right.
Come on, together we say that together, brother.
Together we rise. Credit to Brother Rose for that one.
Yay. He said on my mama.
Yeah.
That's Rose. Town business on my mama. So Rose is my co-host for the first Saturday.
Oh, nice.
So they solid, but Homies Empowerment Freedom School, being able to make that connection with you all and moving forward as how we gonna, work together is just a beautiful thing. I'm excited. I'm excited about what we're getting ready to do, especially for being able to uplift our youth.
Yeah.
Because they've just been beat down. It's like no, you've been chosen. You the chosen ones for the cause, for the mission. And it's so important that I always share it all the time. I tell the folks, so I used to do these tours that's called Taking Control of Your Own Destiny. And that's a part of my nonprofit. And I was sharing, and Keith Carson did my first tour. Kudos to you. And I was sharing with the folks on the board is that this is what you need to understand. These youth that you're inspiring right here are going to either be in your seat so you can encourage them and train them, or they're going to be on the other side of the seat with an issue and a problem.
Right.
So what do you prefer? Right. You prefer to give them the knowledge that you have, inspire them, and let them know that they can be in this position and they can make changes and do what they need to do too, or it's going to be an issue. And every tour I've done, that's the mission and the saying. It's like you're gonna deal with them, but it's how you want to deal with them. Right. So and that was. But go ahead, Doc. What did you say?
Oh no, I'm
okay.
I'm like over here vibing.
Well, it's the vibe up in here. We feeling good up here in the new studio. Again, you have tapped into Believe Radio, which is a 24-hour inspirational and gospel music station amongst much, much more. We want you to pull up Believe Radio and see the work that we're doing in our community and uplifting our people, especially the Eyes of the Conscious Soul. This is what I will say all the time is that my platform is our platform. It ain't about me. It's never been about me. It's about giving back. And I can state that on Mr. Howard, my father. I can see him in grade now. Like, remember what I tell? Yes, sir. And my mom, yes, sir. I won't forget. Yeah, them trees. So right back there, ending what Doc was asking about. What he wanted to ask.
So, and it could be, I was asking about, because we're going in theme with that idea of like seeds, little sproutings, deeper roots, blooming, becoming, those mother trees or trunks, which all, by the way, there's like a research paper or whatever called Tilling the Soil.
That's in the Bible. Tilling the soil now. We're tilling the soil.
So speaking of mother trees, so the question was like, thinking about, because as you're sharing your journey and your story, I could see, the folks who are present with you now, who's holding you, who's that mother tree with you right now? Who's that mother tree in that form of an ancestor? So whether it is someone personally connected to, or someone from movement work, liberation work, a teacher, someone that you really, call upon to be with you in this times in the work that you're doing, because that's so important. So, I'll keep adding mother trees to it, but if you can name one of those two. Yeah.
Yes. Oh wow.
Take your time.
That's a great question. I want to say like, this is a great question. I've been surrounded by a lot of mother trees, like in my family, like my grandfather is like one of like 30.
Yeah.
And like I don't know all his siblings, but I know like some of his siblings, they like my aunts, they're like solid. My Auntie Betty, my Gail, my Aunt Jeannie on my mother's side, my grandmother's sister, and my grandmother, my Auntie Carolyn, my Auntie Tommy, the folks that made me a good plate.
that food.
That's
soul. That's soul food. And that's what we are here giving you guys, soul food. We're giving you the medicine for our community. Go ahead.
And I think too, like beyond just like yes, plate of actual food, but just like the wisdom and just like I've always like in love like sitting and talking and asking like my Aunt Betty, my great aunt, like questions about like where are you coming from, like where tell me about your father, like tell me about like just the stories that they share. I think that's what really rooted me and grounded me, and also to like I just Black women in general, but Harriet Tubman is really wait
a minute. That's one of mine.
Harriet
Tubman and Sojourner Truth. Those are my two.
Because they were literally like the women that literally held the community on their back. Like and it was like a representation of that with their own like barriers that, like I was just reading a book called Healing Justice. I can't remember the whole title. But they talked about just about like how Harriet Tubman had a form of epilepsy, and just like
and she still kept
and like it was like when she would pass out or like just kind of sleep, everybody knew just rest, just wait it out.
Watch yourself now.
And it was just like so it was like spirit was like guiding her, and I really just like honor those people that allow for spirit to guide them and use it for the good. And that's those are my mother roots.
Oh my God, time flies when you're having fun. Oh my Lord, we are over a little bit, but that's all right. That's all right. But to close us out, we thank you for sharing that information. We thank you for sharing and bringing up that question of the mother's trees and the people that nourished us, because we can never forget where we come from in the village and the people that God has placed in our lives and our ancestors to help us along the way in this journey. And we're not alone. You only isolate yourself if you want to be isolated. And it's about being open. It's about being kind. It's about being, respectful, and all of these type of jewels that we need to draw people to be inspired, to encourage ourselves and to and others. And when you was talking, and I'm gonna end on this note, is that when you were talking about wanting to have the conversations with them, that's intergenerational conversation, and that's what's missing in the world today. with our youth. No one's talking.
Yeah.
No one's telling their story.
Yeah.
And that is so important for us to do.
Yeah.
We have to talk.
Yeah.
We have to do that.
Yes.
And be open and be truthful. So again, I want to thank you. We want to thank you for coming on to the Eyes of the Conscious Soul radio show with Sister B Mello and the Doc Diego, and just being in the presence. So I do want to thank our sponsors, and I do want to invite you to one of the events that we're doing in the community. Our sponsors, I want to thank Education is the Best Medicine. I want to thank Barbara Howard Consulting. I want to thank BH Brilliant Minds Project Inc. And I want to thank Wendy's Cheesecake Bakery, the Royalty Ladies Catering Service, our family business, and that's the Howard sisters and Howard's family, the Roots. I want to thank them for allowing us to be in the space and do the work that we do. But BH Brilliant Minds Project Inc. is hosting our 18th annual Oakland Juneteenth celebration and street festival. Please mark your calendars on Saturday, June the 21st. Saturday, June the 21st. This will be our 18th year anniversary. It's a street festival. It's going to be in Oakland, California, on 32nd and Market, and on Brockhurst between San Pablo Avenue. So it's going to be on Brockhurst Street in Oakland, 32nd and Market between San Pablo Avenue. Please go to our website, bhbrilliantminds.org, bhbrilliantminds, .org. And you can see our flyer, and we have so many sponsors we want to thank for being in the space. And it's HHREC, it is Hip Hop TV, it is Homies Empowerment, CRC, and we have, Community Bank of the Bay. We have Oakland Recycles. We have Oakland Fund for Public Innovations. We have Urban Peace Movement. We have NAMI Contra Costa. We have, oh my God, we have so many people. Made Men, Bay Area Finest Motorcycle Club. Just please come in and tap into what we're doing in the actual community, Ella Baker Center. So there's a lot of folks from the community. Tap in and be a part of what we're doing. BH Brilliant Minds Project Inc. is bringing you our 18th annual Oakland Juneteenth celebration. Our theme for this year is we are tapping into our ancestors' wisdom and having the freedom to express ourselves. And it's a free community event from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. We're hoping to see you in the space. Invite family and friends out. We're going to have a wonderful time uplifting community, educating ourselves, and being in unity with community, and just having a vibe. We come out. It's about love, y'all. It's about the love. It's about the peace. Okay, having a good time. So we're expecting to see you there again Saturday, June the 21st, and it's actually my birthday. It'll be my birthday day. Here, I'll be turning 61. I'll be 61 on that day. So come out, thank you, and celebrate with us. Yes. And we're gonna let you again close out with some parting words, and then I'm gonna let you have the parting words. Doc, and then I am going to close this session.
I just want to thank y'all for just the platform and just allowing me to share. Hope to see you all this Thursday, 1721 Broadway, Oak Stop.
Okay.
We'll be talking about some change. You'll be seeing some young folks using their voices, and hopefully you'll be able to join the movement.
Yeah, most definitely. Thank you, everyone who's joining us live. Thank you for being here and willing to share your amazing story. You are right. You said it earlier. You are the expert of your life. And I just really thank you for carrying that fire, the fire of all the great maestras, the teachers, of your life, and bringing them and naming them here in the space, because now you're doing that thing. You're speaking it, and I just really appreciate you for being that historian of all these amazing folks. You're a storyteller, and you do it in such a good way. So continue to do that. just much loves to the mother trees of my life.
That's
my,
right.
My relatives,
Come
my
on.
parents, my abuela, my wife, my kids, and also very much loves to folks in the work, spade work in advance. Tammy Johnson, Lolis, Ale, Flavio, Francis. May the force be with y'all. And thank y'all. Let's just keep connecting in a good way.
For sure. All right. Well, you heard it here on the Eyes of the Conscious Soul with Sister B Mello and the Doc and our guests. All right. And we're going to close out this session and say thank you. Please, please have a safe weekend. Enjoy yourself.
Yes.
Be good to yourself. Do a little something for yourself. Even if it's just walking in the trees and out in nature. But be good to yourself. Or listen to some good music or eat some good food.
Yeah.
And I hope that we've given you some medicine on today. This is what it's about. So we love you. We appreciate you. And talk to you later. All right. Next time.
We're now kicking off behind the scenes.
That's right.
No. All of a sudden change. No, just
it's funny. I did my first TV.
Why is not closing?
Oh, we're still on.
Yeah, we still. Look,
the real
I guess it's telling us we want us to keep going, but I'm trying to close it out.
Look, folks, go out to the lake.
Okay.
Think about your journey,
Right,
your seeds, your
journal
sprouting, your
something,
roots. Journal something about your trees while we tap.